Hey, I'm CJ, and welcome to Under the Covers. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Yeah, I know it's backwards, but I don't know what to do about that. Anyways, I have a signed copy, and my signature is green. My webcam sucks, I'm sorry. You can't see it, but it's green. And before I get into my review, I marked my progress with a flyer for barbershopwindow.com. It's a t-shirt website for pro wrestling novelty t-shirts, and all the shirts on there are hilarious. Anyways, back to my review. A lot of people have read this and reviewed it, and I'm a little late to review it because when I got the book I was in school and I was busy with studying, and then when I was going to review it I let someone borrow the book and I didn't have it back in time to go over it one more time before I did the review. So I got it back yesterday, and you're welcome, Ashley. I'm not going to get too deep into a review because a lot of people have already done that, and if you're reading my review or watching my review, you've probably watched someone else's, so you already know what the book's about and you just want to hear my opinions about the book. And if I were to say anything about the book, I would say it's electric and it's filled with staccato bursts of humor and tragedy. I'm just kidding, that's what Jody Pickle said on the cover. Anyways, but that aside, I really enjoyed the book. John Green is great at breathing life into every single character he writes about. There's no stale characters in this entire novel, and that's something I really loved about it, because there's a lot of books you read where there's characters that are just there. They're MacGuffins to carry the story along, but every character has a personality and a purpose in the book, I guess you could say. And my only problem with it was Augustus, who is, well, first of all, the main character is Hazel. She has terminal cancer, and that's a cancer you don't recover from. And she meets a guy named Augustus, and Augustus becomes her boyfriend. And I have a problem with Augustus because he seems like that perfect guy like every girl looks for. He's handsome, and he's muscular, and he is charming and witty, and he's romantic, kind of like me. And that, like, every quality of the perfect boyfriend is in Augustus. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a romantic, I guess, and even I thought Augustus was a bit over the top, but I really liked his character. He also has cancer too. They meet at a cancer group meeting in the Heart of Jesus, I believe it's called. I read it back in April, beginning of April, so this is a bit late of a review. But I'm a big John Green fan, so I'm reviewing it now. Anyways, all the other characters are great. Another thing I had a problem with was Augustus said that Hazel looked like Natalie Portman. And so the whole time I was just figuring it was Padme Amidala in this novel, and not a 16-year-old girl. But after a while, that that changed. And like the quote I read, it's true. It's a book that's filled with humor and then filled with tragedy and sadness. And I don't want to spoil what happens, but there's something that happens to Hazel, or one of the characters, at the end, and I don't know, never mind, I'm not going to talk about it, but I thought the reaction should have been different than the way the character reacted, because, it just what I guess it's what I would have done instead of what she would have done, or he would have done. Anyways, and there's not too many books that make me cry, like, The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian made me cry, just because some of the themes in it and some of the situations in the novel, really hit home with me. And this book, made me cry. And I've never been through what these characters are going through. So that was that's something that John Green really has. He has the ability to pull the reader into the novel and make it like they're the character, or they're friends with the character, or they know the character. And I read this the majority of the time reading this book. I was on the train, and people probably thought I was crazy because there were times when I would just bust out laughing on the train, and then there were times when I would just start weeping, or not weeping, but like get all teary-eyed and sniffly, and they probably thought I was strange, but that's how good this book is. And another thing I love about John Green's books is there's always either a book inside of the book or a poem inside of the book. Like in his book Paper Towns, it was the Walt Whitman poems, and it was the Great Perhaps, or something like that, in the first, in Looking for Alaska. And he finds a way to take one book and then incorporate the themes of that book into his book and tie the two together really nicely. And he uses that with Hazel's favorite book. It's called An Imperial Affliction, and it's by Peter Van Houten. But the book isn't a real book, but he just made it up for the sake of his book. And even that book has great detail in it, and it's not even a real book. And so it's like he wrote two books in one book. And anyways, I thought the themes in that book were going to foreshadow what was happening in this book, but it does, but it doesn't, and you'll have to find out why if you read it. I really want to spoil this book because I love it so much. I just want to tell everybody what happens, but I want everyone to read it too at the same time. It's kind of funny. Anyways, once again, it's The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. It's 313 pages. You could probably get through this book in 4 to 5 hours. Like I said, I read it in 3 days between 3 train rides back and forth to Chicago. And yeah, so if I always say that. I'm going to give this book a 5 out of 5 stars because the characters are great. It's funny, it's sad, it's realistic. The love affair between, well, it's not really an affair, I guess. The love between Augustus and Hazel. It's they're only together for a few months, and they love each other, and it's like that typical high school relationship where you're dating someone for a few weeks and then you really like them, and then a month or two, and then you love them, but then once all that nonsense gets old, then you find out who you really are. And Augustus can't be this romantic all the time because he'll have to, you can't have the most amazing, date of all time every time. So, he's going to get old pretty quick. And, that's when they'll have to figure out what they like about each other. Wow, this is rambling. This is very rambling. Anyways, 5 out of 5 stars. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. There's no fault in the 5 stars I'm giving you. Oh. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. I recommend it. I highly recommend it. I think everyone should read it. It's really good. Anyways, the next book I'm going to be reviewing is Divergent by Veronica Roth. And I read it already. I finished it a few days ago. So I'm going to do the review tomorrow, but I'll post it next week because I don't want to do back-to-back reviews in 2 days. Because then what am I going to do next week when I have to do a review for a book? Nothing. Anyways, before I go, I want to give a shout out to my man Vinny Riot for this awesome Lost patch. Thank you, Vinny. If you watch this, I don't even know if you're gonna watch this or not, but might as well throw that in there because it's sitting on my desk. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to Under the Covers. Like I said, next week I'll be reviewing Divergent by Veronica Roth. If you like this video, hit the like button. Comments are cool. Let me know what you think of this book on YouTube. Don't let me know on Facebook or in person. Leave some comments on YouTube. That's cool. Subscribe to me if you want. I've gotten a lot of subscribers, like 9 subscribers in the past 2 weeks since I've posted my last video, and that's really cool. So if you're a new subscriber, thanks for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy my videos and enjoy my rambling. My phone just went off. Yeah, so that's the clue to go. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Later.